I just think there's such a clear trend among the American public. So transgender female athletes in women's sports, only 18% of the country says that they should be, in fact, allowed to participate in women's sports. Compare this to the opposition. I mean, my goodness gracious, 79%. You rarely get 79% of the country to agree on anything, but they do, in fact, agree on the idea of opposing transgender female athletes in women's sports. But it's not just the here and now, Laura. It's not just the here and now. What we're actually seeing is a trend on this particular issue, and it's going in the direction of opposition. So take a look here. Okay, transgendered female athletes, and amongst those Americans who oppose them in women's sports, back in 2021, it was 62%. A majority, but, you know, not anywhere close to a ginormous majority, right? A clear majority, but not a ginormous majority. But then again, you look here in 2025, you see it at 79%. So it's not just that the majority of Americans are opposed to transgender female athletes in women's sports. It's that the opposition has become considerably larger in just the last 4 years.
One of the reasons the American people have turned against the Democrat Party is because they finally saw with their own eyes. They finally understood that the Democrats have been taken over by the radical fringe left, embracing the most crazy ideas you could possibly imagine, including men competing against women in women's sports, men allowed into women's prisons, men allowed into women's dressing rooms and bathrooms, right? These are ideas that are completely out of the norm when it comes to your average American voter. But the Democrats have embraced it wholly. They had the gall to actually wear pink in supposed support of women's rights, right? Talk about crapping the bed. So what we're going to see today, of course, is this very idea being discussed over on Piers Morgan. But before we get to these clips, don't forget to like and comment on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it.
Now, Jojo, do you agree with him that the issue of trans athletes in women's sport is damaging to women's rights and negatively impacts on women?
What I would love to discuss, actually, is
Can you just answer the question, please?
And the fact
just answer. Please answer the question.
I don't think this is an issue this wasn't a State of the Union.
I'm asking you a question
specifically, but this. I'd like to talk about how we're not talking about the price of eggs. We're not talking about the price of gas. We're not talking about the cost of living or what the stock market did yesterday. We're not talking about what he's actually doing.
About the speech.
This is an issue, Piers, which impacts such a small percentage of the American people. The American people care about the cost of living. They care about the price of eggs. They care about the stock market crashing. These are the things they care about, Piers. Instead of that, we're talking about...
All right, I want to jump in here really quick. We'll get to more in a moment. But this leftist woman, JoJo, all right, she has to deflect so hard that she refuses to even address the question Piers is asking, right? Should men be allowed to compete against women in women's sports? I want to talk about the economy and the price of eggs. And don't get me wrong, those are important topics. But what's being discussed right here? Something that is completely indefensible. And she knows it. That's why she doesn't want to touch it at all, right? We're going to dodge. We're going to shift. We're going to shimmy. Okay. Yeah, this is the losing issue. And by the way, this is why Donald Trump dumped billions of dollars near the end of his campaign into putting those commercials out there saying, yeah, Kamala Harris is for they, them, but Donald Trump is for you, because the American people, the vast majority, apparently just weren't aware that this type of insanity was going on to the scale that it actually was. And it caused them to dig in their heels and say, nuh-uh, not going to touch that whatsoever.
Jojo, I'm going to ask you a question, a simple question.
What are you talking about?
Give me a simple answer, Jojo. What is a woman, Jojo?
Yes. Well, a woman is whatever. If you feel like you're a woman, then you're a woman. I know I'm a woman. I identify as a woman.
So if I feel like a woman right now, I'm a woman?
I'm not threatened.
Hang on, what would you feel like?
If you feel like you're a woman, it's your identity, sure.
So hang on, just to be clear.
I'm sorry, what's a man? Piers, what's your definition of a man?
Just to be clear.
What's your definition of a man?
So just to be clear, if I feel like a woman right now, I am a woman. Is that your position?
And if you feel like you are a woman, Piers, and you want to walk around identifying as a woman, it is not my prerogative to tell you that you cannot.
Am I a woman?
I identify as a woman. What is a man, Piers? What is a man?
Oh, a man is
Donald
an
Trump
adult
a man?
human.
Can I?
That's it.
Pierce, can I
Male.
jump into that question?
Adult
An adult
human,
human.
male.
An adult human male.
Adult human male is a man.
An adult
yes.
human male.
Can I
Yes.
finally
Pierce,
get
And a
Can I
this?
answer
woman
that?
Like
is an
55
adult
pounds
human
cake makeup, that's not
female.
right.
Adult
Can I
human
finally get to say
female.
Ask me what a woman is.
Adult
I am a
human
woman. I
male.
identify as a woman.
Okay,
Can I
but just to
raise
be
my
clear,
hand or
Pierce, can I answer that
yes,
question?
hang on, Matt. I'm going to bring Matt in. I just want to just
Oh, Matt
sort of
Schlapp, you
double
really
down on
need to
this.
stay out of this one, friend.
I just want to be clear,
wanna
Jojo.
answer
don't want to go here, Matt
Jojo
Schlapp.
said if you feel like a woman, you're a woman. So, Jojo, final time. If I now say I
It's an
feel like a
identity.
woman.
It's not about
No, sorry,
biology.
I'm
It's
asking
an
you a
identity.
question. Stop talking.
Piers.
If I now say I feel like a woman, am I a woman?
God.
Am I a woman? If I say
If
I
you
feel
feel like a
one?
woman, you're a woman.
Wow.
What does that mean, though? What does that even mean?
And what does
What does that mean,
Piers, I'd like
Piers?
to answer
why,
that.
And why do you care so much?
What does
why
it
do
mean?
you care so
That
much?
was-
That I can just say
Michael,
I'm a
were
woman
you
and
in
you
a
think I'm a
soft
woman.
cornflake?
Here we are in 2025, and the Democrats still don't have a good answer for that question. How long has it been floating around for now? 4 years? What is a woman? Well, if you feel like a woman, then you're a woman. And why does it matter so much to you, Piers? Well, easy. If you want to protect women in women's locker rooms, right, in women's bathrooms, in women's prisons even, then it's very important to actually know what a woman is. And it takes a bit more than just saying you feel like a woman to actually be a woman. This is where you get all of the crazy language like inseminated people, all right? Birthing person, all right? They don't know what a woman is. Well, of course they actually know, but they don't want to say it because it interferes with their leftist ideology, okay? That is what this is all about. They refuse to acknowledge reality because they feel it gives them some type of political acumen. It gives them some type of power over the public, okay? This is the complete insanity of the left. Even though it's a losing issue, the Democrats have still decided to go along with this garbage. I mean, how deep are the pockets of George Soros in order to still be going along with this narrative? It has been soundly rejected, right? And the Democrats, of course, the party of science, right, refuses to acknowledge it, right? This is clearly a mind virus. This is clearly some type of cultural contagion, and it has infected every single brain cell that the left has out there, okay? So I'm very happy to see that the Democrats, the leftists, haven't learned a thing because, as I always say, I want to keep winning elections and winning them easily, all right? So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.